The raw emotion of October baseball arrived slightly ahead of schedule last night. Big hit after big hit fueled the Giants in their quest to make the playoffs, and the park at 3rd and King was rocky. But standing in the way of another Orange October is who else but Clayton Kershaw. 6-time All-Star, 3 Cy Youngs, and an MVP. It's another early taste of playoff baseball. Giants-Dodgers next. We've got October baseball here at the corner of 3rd and King. That's right. This is game 2 of this important 3-game series, Giants and Dodgers. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, look, in this game, there could not be more of an opposite from lefty to lefty than I've ever seen in Block and Kershaw. I can't be more opposite.
Well, Clayton Kershaw's won, I don't know how many Cy Youngs, but a bunch, at least 10, and Ty Block's making his 2nd start. But all is not lost. Number one, no veteran team likes to face a rookie they don't know anything about, and that is the case. The Dodgers don't know anything about Block, and Block does the little things right. He fields his position. He holds runners on. He's a strike thrower. So, hey, it's Star Wars days. Star Wars days means you root for the rebel, and right now, Ty Block would be that guy.
All right, it should be fun here at the Yard as the Giants looking to take game 2. It's Kershaw and Block, and it's the lineups and the first pitch. That's all coming up right after this.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Our fans are filing in as we get ready for baseball on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 65 degrees here at the Yard. You see the winds at 11 miles per hour, humidity at 53%, and it is sunny. The lineup that'll be facing Ty Blach, it's a veteran lineup. It'll be Kendrick, Turner, and Seager. Yasiel Puig has been hot. Then Gonzalez, Grandal, and the local kid Jock Peterson. Utley's going to hit 8th and Kershaw 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the left-hander Ty Blach. Blach, 25 years old, 6'2", 200-pounder. And this is major league start number 2 in his career. This year in Sacramento, he was 14-7 with a 3.43 ERA. And he's a guy who's going to have a fastball right around the 90. He has a good changeup, curveball, slider combination. He'll work the corners.
And the first pitch of the ball game is foul back. So we get started right on time.
And the other thing about Ty Blach is he is not afraid. He is going to come at you. Fields his position well, holds his runners on well. He's the whole package.
On the ground, Panic down to a knee, and that's how this game gets started.
Let's check out that defense today for the Giants playing behind Ty Blach. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Pagan, Hernandez, and Pence. Good arms in center and right. Crawford and Beckham on the left side of the infield. Panic and Belt on the right side. And Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Turner. Turner hitting at 277, 27 home runs, 90 runs batted in. Went 1 for 4 in the game last night. And the first pitch is down low with Seager to follow. Yep. Saying 2 more games. Popped up. Joe Panic getting a workout, but it's going to be Hunter Pence. 2 down. All right, let's check in with our CSN studio for a Bank of America alert. All right, thanks, Ahmed. Here's Corey Seager, and Seager takes a strike. By the way, the home plate umpire is Kerwin Danley. Then it's Brian Knight, Joe West, and Andy Fletcher. No swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch didn't look too bad.
For Kerwin Danley, it can be a tight and narrow zone. If he gives width on a side, it's usually the first base side. And you know, his corners can breathe a little bit too. Some innings it can be very tight, other innings it can loosen up.
2-2.
92 right through the knees on the inside corner.
You can tell he's a get it and go guy. He didn't like to wait around, which also means that Buster Posey's got to pick it up too, as far as giving a sign. And he hits a high foul and out of play.
You know, one of the things about being a good fielding pitcher is how you finish after you make your pitch. Because after you make your pitch, you become an infielder. And you want to be square, and that means having both feet facing home plate, and Blach does that.
Down the left field line, that's going to be a foul ball.
And this is how Blach will use his stuff. The fastball he believes in, and the slider is his #1 go-to pitch, but he has no problem throwing the changeup, and if the curveball shows up, he'll ride that. I mean, he really has a lot of confidence in what he does.
Side retired on the Seager ground ball. So Blach, a nice inning. Kershaw coming out. Hernandez in the leadoff spot. Then Belt, Posey, and Pence. Angel Pagan's got good numbers against Kershaw, and you can see what Brandon Crawford has done in his last 21 home games against the Dodgers. Beckham, Panic, and then Ty Blach.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the left-hander Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw, 28 years old. He's in his 9th year at the big league level. Big guy, 6'4", 225, broad-shouldered. And in 20 starts this year, he's 12-3 with a 1.65 ERA. Look at the strikeouts to walks, 168 strikeouts against 10 walks. And lifetime against the Giants, 18-7 with a 1.58 ERA. He went on the DL from June 27th through the 9th of September with a mildly herniated disc in his lower back, which is kind of like mildly being pregnant. But he overcame it, and here he is making a push to not only finish out September but get into October. And he's been throwing the ball great. When you hit off him, you're going to see a low to mid-90s fastball, big curveball, one of the best in all of baseball. He's got a cutter and a changeup.
Hernandez takes a called strike. He's 2 for 5 lifetime against Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw, 3 Cy Youngs, 5 All-Stars, was an MVP in the National League and a Gold Glove winner. Other than that, he's pretty average.
Yeah. Oh, 0-2 to Gorkys Hernandez. And he taps it foul. You see the numbers for these Giants against Kershaw. There are not too many guys that have any ownage on this guy, but still, some guys see him better than others. And Gorkys Hernandez, at least in that at bat, didn't.
Let's check out the Dodgers defensively. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it's going to be Kendrick, Peterson, and Puig, the best arm in right field. Seager and Turner on the left side of the infield. Utley and Gonzalez on the right side. And Yasmani Grandal, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Belt. Belt at 275. Belt got hit by a pitch in his last at bat last night. He also hit a 3-run home run last night. He was 3 for 3. And he slams it into center field, and Peterson is going to go back and makes the catch. Time for our Togo's big play the Togo's way. Belt's 3-run home run off Josh Raven, and it capped a 7-run bottom of the 6th. So here's Buster Posey. .284 for Buster Posey. Skies this one out into left center field. It's playable for Kendrick, and that'll end the inning. So a 7-pitch inning for Kershaw. Blach will come out, face Yasiel Puig. It's 0-0.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. What does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for more details.
A 0-0 ball game as we go to the second, and Yasiel Puig will lead things off. Puig takes a strike, hitting at 266. Had a couple of hits in the game last night. There he hits a little pop-up down the right field line. Belt's going to make the catch. Nice play.
He's got as much range that way as JT Snow had. That's about as good as I can compliment him. I mean, he can really cover some ground going to his left down the foul line. Nice play.
So here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez did not play in the game last night. And he looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. Gonzalez takes wide. Solid season, 18 home runs, 90 runs batted in for Adrian Gonzalez. Takes a strike. It's 1-2.
And that's what Block will do. I mean, he can corner pitch, and he can do it with all of his pitches.
And it's past the diving Beckham, and that's the first hit of the game. All right, let's check in with our CSN studios for a Bank of America alert. All right, thanks, Ahmed. Here's Yasmani Grandal. Grandal hitting at 228. He's got the power numbers. And he takes a strike. So Block now out of the stretch for the first time.
That's nice, too, when you get in the stretch for the first time, and you don't really have to worry too much about the runner at first, and that's the case with Gonzalez. Not really going to go anywhere.
Grandal, like Gonzalez, did not play in the game last night. And that pitch is high at 90. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jock Peterson on deck. We are in the second inning. Foul back, 2-2.
You always look and see what type of balance a guy has on the fastball when he's seen him for the first time. And that last 2-1 fastball up and away, Grandal was late. And he didn't get late on too many fastballs. A little more carry in the ballpark today than you normally see at nighttime, as you would expect. Carries to center field.
So Buster getting a workout. It's 3-2.
And the one side of the field I think it benefits the most when Giants play a day is the right field side, which at nighttime can be completely closed to right-handed hitters.
All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, guys, a huge win for the Giants last night and a milestone W for Madison Bumgarner as he notched his 100th win of his career. Bruce Bochy had something to say about it last night after the game. He said he's so special. He's such a fantastic competitor. One of the best I've ever seen. 100 wins. That's pretty good. He's healthy. We're so fortunate to have him. All true.
All true, indeed. Here's Peterson. Peterson did not play last night. He's at 248, 25 home runs, 68 driven in. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Buster Posey got that strike for him.
Gonzalez at second, a hit. Grandal at first, a walk.
One thing that we found out about Block is he could put the ball on the ground.
Tapped to Crawford. Shovels to Panic to Bell. Got him. Just like that. And it's a double play. And it'll be Pence, Pagan, and Crawford coming up.
SN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Well, join the Giants next March at spring training in Scottsdale. Giants Vacations offer the most unique behind-the-scenes spring training fan experience available, and you can be part of it. All Giants spring training packages sold out in 2016, so make sure you book your reservations early. Go to sfgiants.com/vacations for more information.
Here's Hunter Pence, followed by Pagan and then Crawford. Kershaw threw 7 pitches in that first inning.
Hey, there's the birthday girl. I've heard about her.
Outside to Pence. How'd you know that she's a birthday girl?
She's got the look.
Pence with a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's a changeup. I mean, he throws it, you know, once every 4 starts.
It's usually to Hunter Pence. Foul back. That's the one, if you're Hunter Pence, you want to put in play. But again, it comes right after the changeup.
It's one of the most lethal combinations in this game. Good changeup after a good fastball. Good fastball after a good changeup. Little paralysis fastball, didn't miss by much. And that's the side of the plate you see a little more width with Kerwin Danley's strike zone.
And Pence chases that breaking ball, much like Gorkis Hernandez did. Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on CSNBayArea.com. Log on to each week. Check out Alex Pavlovich. It's also available on iTunes. Here's Pagan. Pagan last night took an 0 for 3. He and Buster Posey have the most lifetime hits off of Kershaw. Pagan with 18 in 66 at bats.
And he's been heating up too. He's got a good swing going from both sides of the plate.
And this pop-up is playable, I think, for Grandal. 2 outs. And here's Crawford. Crawford last night had a good night. 3 for 4. And a bouncing ball towards the hole where Seager has it. And he'll throw out his opposite number, and that'll end the inning. So 15 pitches now total for Kershaw. It's 0-0.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers.
No score. Is Ty Block to go after Chase Utley here in the third. Utley got into the game last night. He didn't hit. He played an inning or 2 on defense. And the first pitch to Utley is a called strike. Kershaw's on deck.
Got the red rope working. And they're in no hurry.
Yeah, that'll last 3 innings. Two and 1 to Utley. 14 home runs, 52 runs batted in. I think the Dodgers are probably happy with what they got out of Utley this year. Two and 2.
Just missed with a breaking ball. And that was movement on the curveball that surprised Utley. And you get those surprises when you don't know an opposing pitcher's breaking balls. Block ready to go. I mean, he wants to fire.
Got him.
Utley with kind of a deke. I mean, that fastball is right down the throat. And he has always been a guy who will guess breaking ball on 2 strike counts, and that's right there. Well, Giants season tickets are currently sold out, but get on deck today for your 2017 season tickets with a $500 per seat non-refundable deposit. Go to sfgiants.com/season.
Kershaw is 8 for 44 on the season. But he can hit a little bit, so you got to be careful.
They're all in their places with bright, smiling faces.
Howie Kendrick on deck. Get it and go.
And now you can try and pick them apart away.
Got him.
And Kershaw was looking for a breaking ball he never got. Fastball, I mean, right to the glove. See ya.
Here's Kendrick. Kendrick opened the game up with a ground ball to Joe Panik.
Strike one, so important. And that's one of the reputations that Block had coming out of Sacramento. He'll get on top of you quick with strike one.
And a curveball at 76 is fouled out of play.
He's not going to be happy with that location.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Strikes out the side. Giants are coming up. Beckham to lead it off.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California.
Well, you need help with a consumer problem? Contact NBC. Bay Area responds. In just a few months, consumer investigator Chris Chamorro has recovered more than $250,000 for people like you. Call 888-996-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/responds. So here's Beckham. Beckham on the first pitch pops it into shallow left field. 1 out. And here's Joe Panik.
It's not uncommon to see low pitch totals when you see the Giants play against Kershaw, simply because they don't want to get into a 2-strike count against the guy. They want to be aggressive early to avoid that situation. And he'll get a lot of 1 and 2 pitch at bats.
Here's Panik hitting .241. He takes a strike. He's at 4 hits and 15 at bats lifetime against Kershaw. So for a left-handed hitter, those are pretty good numbers. Down low. Ty Block is on deck. The perfect scenario here would be for Joe Panik to reach, let Block bunt him over, give Hernandez a shot. Out of play, 1 and 2.
Kershaw shows absolutely no signs of rust. As you mentioned earlier, I mean, he went on the DL from June 27th to September 9th. So hard when you come back to build up your arm strength. Well, he looks camera ready to me. Dropping down, a little crossover. That's a new look.
Try something new. I guess his repertoire, he doesn't have enough.
Either that or he's bored with what he has, trying to develop a new look.
Down the left field line, that'll be out of play.
But think about what we saw last night. Rich Hill, the other lefty in this Dodger rotation, and he does drop down. And maybe, something Kershaw observed. I mean, Kershaw's still 28 years old. This is what he throws at you, a fastball, slider. You get hard stuff about 85% of the time, and then the curveball. He has a changeup. He throws it just so he can say that he has 4 pitches. And it's not a bad one. It's just that the other ones are so much better. He doesn't really need it.
Yeah, that's the one you said he throws once every 4 games.
Yeah.
To Hunter Pence.
Just to stay in shape.
Panik, slow roller. Kershaw is going to flip it over to Gonzalez. 2 outs.
All right, time now for our forward right choice. When you're a rookie, you strike out the side. Well, we're gonna brag about you, and it's all called strike threes. Utley is the first victim, then Kershaw, and then Kendrick steps in. Boom, grab some pie and meat. 3 strikeouts in a row. That's our forward right choice.
Block is 0 for 1 in the big leagues.
I can't think of a better guy to get your first big league hit off of.
Just knock one out of the park. Hernandez to follow. And this pop-up is out of play. So Block has seen a couple of fastballs. But now you're in a spot.
Well, he threw fastballs to Kershaw.
Tapped right back to where it came from. And that'll end the inning. It remains 0-0.
Right now, it's time for our greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Last night, a pinch hit, 2-run double by Connor Gillespie with the bases loaded. Lit this place up. And right after Gillespie, Bumgarner steps up, and in a 2-strike count, he gets a 2-run double. And both hits off of Brandon McCarthy, the losing pitcher in last night's ballgame. That's our T-Mobile greater coverage. And for Madison Bumgarner, last night, 100th career win. The second youngest Giant to do so, 27 years and 60 days. 251 strikeouts. That's the most by a left-handed pitcher. That's an entire Giant. So this is 134 years of history. And career best in innings pitched. And in ERA with 2.74, which puts him 4th in the National League. And in hitting, 6 doubles and 10 walks.
So here's Turner. Turner hit a pop-up to Hunter Pence in the first inning. First pitch strike. Seager, Puig. And that'll be foul.
Well, that's the approach I think that the Dodgers are going to try and take if you're hitting off the right side from tie block. You're going to think right field. And one of the guys I think really makes great adjustments within the game on this Dodger team is in the box right now, Turner. Smart hitter.
Tried it again. It stays at 0-2. They got the attitude.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, you're making some birthday calls today.
Yeah, I think that group is leading the league in attitude.
Look out, 1-2. Got in on his hands.
91 mile an hour fastball. The movement on it is a little cut. It's not big. It's only a 2 or 3 inch slide, but it's just enough that if he can plant that in the inside corner, it's tough to barrel if you're hitting off him from the right side. Good pitch right to the glove. It's a good pitch in a 1-2 count.
On the ground to Crawford, and Crawford on the belt. Here's Seager. Seager rolled out to Crawford in the first inning. And he takes a breaking ball that looked like a strike, gets 1 ball and no strikes.
Daly thought that was a bit high.
That's probably not one that you want to keep throwing up there, that's for sure.
Not to a guy like Seager. He's got a little lift in his swing. He takes advantage of a hanger as good as anybody on this Dodger team.
Ball back.
Great rookie campaign. 26 homers, 369 on base percentage. And the thing about Seager is he's gotten better every month. And what's significant about that is, number one, they're making adjustments to him, and he's making them right back at the pitchers. And the other thing is that he's been strong enough to maintain the 6-month season.
Slowly to Panic. And here's Puig.
Just a nice little off-speed pitch. Got Seager out front of his leg.
We get a foul ball that Belt tracked down in the second inning. Down the right field line in foul territory. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Didn't miss by much. That's one the Buster definitely asked Kerwin Danley. Was that low or was it outside?
Week sitting on a 2-0 pitch. And he shoots it foul and out of play. Towards the hole and a base hit. So here's Gonzalez. It's the second hit in the game. Giants do not have a hit. The other hit belonged to Gonzalez, who singled to left field in the second. If Gonzalez doesn't know a lefty, he's going to go the other way.
He does it about as well as anybody. Block's got a good move.
There's a strike and it's 0-1. Shallow right field is panic. And a miss. It's 0-2.
On the inside corner, and Gonzalez has a little word with himself.
Down low. The middle of the diamond is really wide open for Gonzalez. You see where Panic is, and you see where Crawford is. Now the runner goes, and it's out of play. See where the way this is played. See where Joe West is? He should be on the other side of second base. I mean, this is a distraction for Crawford. Two and two.
Just a little bit outside. The 1-2 count. Posey really exaggerated the target. I mean, he set it almost off of the plate. He hardly moved his glove if he did at all. Kerwin Danley not going with it. Posey's got to be thinking about inside. He got that second strike with a swing through on the inside corner. No, he wants to break a ball.
Hernandez. Side retired. Whew. For a second there, didn't look good. Top of the order coming up.
Shout out, a huge goodbye, a whole lot of love, a big hug to one of our favorite members of the Giants family who will be retiring after this year. Lee Jones, for 40 years, has been the radio engineer for KNBR broadcasts of the San Francisco Giants games. He is retiring. We will miss him so much. He threw out the ceremonial first pitch. He nailed it. They gave him a jersey that was number 40, not in terms of Madison Bumgarner, but 40 years of covering the Giants. It is our healthy dose of goodness. It's brought to you by Eric's Deli Cafe. Lee, we love you. Go LJ. Have fun in retirement. Lots of golf, guys.
A healthy dose of goodness.
Well, and he did well. I mean, he practiced yesterday out there with Billy Hayes before the game about that pitch he was going to make. He thought about it all night. I mean, that's the way he is. I mean, he's a detail guy. And he nailed it. Nice going, Lee J.
Way to go, Lee. Here's Hernandez. Calls it back. Sharp ground ball, but it's Utley to his right. If you're headed to tomorrow's game at AT&T Park, don't miss out a chance to meet Allison Porter, last season's winner of NBC's The Voice. She'll be singing the national anthem, then hanging out at the AT&T Digital Lounge after the third inning. Here's Belt. And Belt takes down low. Belt pops this one straight back and out of play. One and one to Belt. Belt rolls this one past Billy Hayes. Our ball dude not paying attention. Darryl Galt is thinking about something else. Come on, Darryl. It's October. Hooks, they call them. George Zarzana on the other side.
Hey, George.
And Belt out swinging. And here's Buster Posey. So Buster's coming up. He had a fly ball to center field in the first inning. Kershaw sharp as usual. One ball and no strikes. I have a feeling that Buster is going to try to lean on one. 2 outs and nobody on.
Why not? Perfect time for it.
A rocket to left, and it'll be a base hit. First hit for the Giants, and that'll bring Hunter Pence to the plate. Little top spin on that one. Otherwise, it's either caught or it's out of the park.
I take a look at the pitch, and it's just a little elevated right towards the belt. That's our Exmo, brought to you by the local Toyota dealer. So one of the few times that Kershaw has missed up, and Posey makes him pay for it.
Pence struck out in the second. And he pops this one up. This could be playable for Gonzalez, and that'll end the inning. Giants strand one. We'll head to the fifth. 0-0. Coors Banquet timeless moment, 1989 NLCS Game 5.
Line drive, base hit. In comes one. In comes Butler. Going to third is Thompson. 3-1, San Francisco.
And with the score tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th, it was Will Clark against Mitch Williams, and that was Vin Scully with the call. Randall takes a strike.
It's the first time he's been able to get that breaking ball called on the outside corner for a first pitch strike. That's a big pitch for Block. I mean, he's been getting this far without a big weapon there. Backdoor breaking ball.
Got him.
Forced strikeout, first called strike, or first swing and miss, strike 3.
Jock Peterson bounced into a double play in the second. And he pops this one up, and it may be playable for Beckham, and it is. And that'll bring up Utley.
Gordon Beckham looks good in that uni.
In that draft that year Buster was picked, I think Buster was picked 5th and Beckham was chosen 8th.
Both Posey and Beckham out of Georgia, the state of Georgia. Posey went to Florida State. Beckham went to the University of Georgia. They've known each other for a long time.
Utley struck out looking in the 3rd, and he rolls this one slowly to Panic, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up. Pagan, Crawford, and Beckham. 0-0.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Bank of America. Life's better when we're connected.
Well, here's your opportunity to support the Junior Giants. Brandon Crawford superhero bobbleheads are on sale for $35 at sfgiants.com/glove drive. Bobbleheads are limited, so order now. sfgiants.com/glove drive. All funds will help support the Junior Giants program, which serves over 25,000 boys and girls.
Pagan takes a strike. Pagan popped out in the 2nd inning. Crawford and then Beckham.
Dodgers pretty straight up in their defense, and I think you see that most of the time playing behind Kershaw. They don't exaggerate a whole lot.
Struck well to left. Kendrick back. It is out of here. And the Giants lead 1-0. How about that?
How about that? You're going to see carry in this field. It's going to usually come in the day. And a high fastball, middle in, above the belt. And usually this breaks bats, but this time Pagan squares him up and backspins it right out of here. And a look from the splash cam. And this absolutely stunned Kershaw. Hits the top of the fence.
So here's Crawford. And Crawford fouls this one out of play.
Kendrick going back. And that's all it took.
A friendly bounce.
A friendly bounce.
It's 0-1 to Crawford, who bounced out to short. 0-2.
That curveball had some anger on it. And watch the reaction. I mean, right there. Not an inch to spare.
On the ground, this is Gonzalez. That'll be out number 1. And here's Beckham.
We thought there may be a limit to the innings that Kershaw would throw today, but his pitch count is so low at 41. I mean, there's no reason the Dodgers wouldn't extend him.
Beckham saw one pitch and popped out to left field. And he takes a strike. Breaking ball, 0-2.
Now that home run got Kershaw's attention. Snapping off the best curveballs he's thrown in this game.
And he got him.
And that's rough at bat. Change up, curveball, fastball. Strikeout number 4.
Here's Panik, who rolled one back to Kershaw in the 3rd inning. Turner's way off the line at 3rd. And it's low. That's where if you're Panik, you wish you could do it, but it's so hard to do. Just get a pitch low and away. And just like check, swing, roll one over the bag at 3rd.
That's right.
This is hit sharply to Utley. And this is going to end the inning. Kershaw gives up the home run to Pagan. And for Angel Pagan, his 12th home run of the year. It hits the top of the wall. And it's bye-bye, baby. It's 1-0 Giants.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
1-0 Giants as Kershaw steps up facing Ty Block. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Kershaw struck out looking in the third. Here he rolls this one. Buster Posey's going to take his time. 1 out. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys. Angel Pagan. He can hit. He can tackle. He can also say some pretty inspiring stuff. It is our Geico quote this afternoon on the push for the playoffs. He said, we're on a mission right now. The playoffs start here. We've got a good chance, but we can't take it for granted. He is certainly playing like it is the playoffs, guys.
Yep, indeed.
They all are.
Hendrick with a bunt, and he bunts it hard. Beckham's got it. Can he get rid of it? He does. Nice play. 2 down.
It's one of those speeds where, you know, it's almost too hot to pick up on the bare hand, and because of the speed of the ball, Beckham felt he could make the exchange and still get the out, and he does. Glove hand, bare hand, strike, see ya.
No margin for error. It's all about the exchange.
And that could have been a more perfect throw, accuracy wise.
Here's Turner. Turner has popped out and he's bounced out. Pitch is low. Pagan's home run. 1-0 Giants. Two and 0.
This is where Turner will definitely gamble and guess a side of the plate. He'll guess a location and a speed, and he'll try and unload.
And he gets the call. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Big pitch right there. Turner not agreeing with it. The average speed of the fastball today has been 91. And then you see the slider changeup curveball, how he's varied those speeds. And he's located them on both sides of the plate. That's even more important. Backs it up with a changeup and in perfect location.
Panic to his right. Side retired. 8-pitch inning for Ty Block. And Block is going to hit first.
on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years as your neighborhood paint store. By Xfinity, X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Giants fans, the next time you want to grab Giants seats, get the StubHub app. Not only will you find good seats you'll love, whenever you want, you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort at best value. Get the StubHub app today. Here's Block. 1-0 Giants. Block takes low. He bounced back to Kershaw in the third. And Block that time stepping in the bucket. And he takes a strike. Swinging a drive to right, and he better hurry. Here's the throw to first, not in time. And for Block, he gets his first big league hit.
First big league hit off of Clayton Kershaw, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. And he does what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go the opposite way if you're hitting off a Kershaw from the right side. And that's a ball he'll keep the rest of his life. Have a day, kid. Fastball, middle in with a little cut to it. Stays inside it.
I'm telling you, the old step in the bucket works. Mays did it his whole life.
Well, and I can see how Puig was thinking he may have a chance. That'd have been a tough pill to swallow. That almost happened to me at my first big league hit. It was bang bang. Jeff Burrows almost threw me out.
Here's Rockies Hernandez. Swing, you're gonna miss. Giants looking for some sixth inning magic. They had it last night. They scored 7 times. Get back.
Don't get picked off. It was close.
I felt like for a while there I was watching, but he wasn't.
Well, Billy Hayes, the first base coach for the Giants, about had a double hernia yelling for Block to get back to the bag.
Oh my goodness.
I think Grandal's going out here saying, listen, we need to give Billy Hayes a little rest over there for a second. He almost hurt himself.
Boo.
Although it would have made for a pretty good story 20 years from now.
0-1 to Rockies Hernandez.
I got my first big league hit off Clayton Kershaw, and then he picked me off.
Out of play. Very shallow in right is Puig. You just don't see right fielders play that shallow. And usually they'll guard Triple's alley, but not the Dodgers. So a quick 0-2 to Hernandez. Belt to follow, and then Posey. Down low. So Kershaw going after Hernandez. Foul Pulled off the mask of Grandal and will do it again.
Let's take a look and see where he got him in the mask. A little side glance.
That's what it's supposed to do. Observe the blow and then get out of there. So the mask doing its job. Curveball hit on the ground. It could be a pair. That's one. Not in time.
Dodgers are going to look at this one. No, he's safe. They will not contest.
No, they shouldn't. So Belt will be the hitter. That's not a bad trade-off if you're going to make an out. Get him back into the dugout.
Well, you've got speed on the base pass now with Gorky Hernandez. You didn't have it with Ty Block.
Overshift is on for Belt. He's lined out to center, and then Kershaw struck him out. Belt had a good rip.
He was on it. I mean, that's the location he hit out last night. 97-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands, and he unloaded on it. Here, elbows bent. That's a good bat head throw right there.
Hernandez with his lead. Curveball to Belt. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just a wee bit outside with the cut fastball at 92. I mean, if they had set the target out there in the outside corner, they got it. I mean, that target's right behind home plate. If they'd have exaggerated the target and leaned out there on that outside corner, they'd probably get the call.
Be out of play down the left field line. Just out of play. Where Seager's playing, he really doesn't have much of a shot. Now Belt, who was in the driver's seat, not so much. It's 2-2.
Yeah, he's finally making Kershaw work a little bit in the inning, pitch-wise.
Buster Posey on deck. Hernandez goes, and this is popped up. So Kendrick puts it away. Yeah, we were talking about Lee Jones. His game will be, his last game will be tomorrow, and we found an old picture. On the left, kneeling is David Glass. Jack Clark is being interviewed by a young reporter.
Yeah, you're a very young reporter.
And then Lee Jones is standing there holding the He's actually holding the tape recorder while I was holding the microphone. And so this was 1983. So Lee has not changed a bit, nor have I. The only one that's changed out of those three is David Glass, who's now the mayor of Petaluma. Here's Buster Posey. Swing. Gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike. I remember that day. I was either going to interview you or Jack, and you said no. So I went with Jack.
Yeah, that's right.
And maybe you were pitching that day.
That was hard to get to. Well, I love the look of concentration on your face when you were giving that interview. I mean, you were taking it dead serious.
Plus, I'm kneeling on my glove. I didn't want to get the stain on the knee.
Move. Well, you convinced Lee to hold the recorder. What? You couldn't hold the recorder?
Actually, I think it was the part of the rules.
You're a high maintenance guy.
Or I didn't know how to turn it on. Let's go with that story. And that hasn't changed. Oh yeah, the glove to keep the grass stains. That's. I mean, I didn't want to go back in and change. 1-1 to Buster Posey. Speed at first, and Gorkis Hernandez. Big curveball is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hernandez leaning. Posey leans this one, but he hits it foul. Back in those days, Mike, when we were players and Lee was traveling, remember Lee and a gentleman by the name of Scott Thompson?
Yes.
Split the duties. Well,
Vern Thompson.
Vern Thompson. Yep, that's right. It was Vern. And Lee would go on half the trips. Vern would go on the other. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now let's check on Hernandez. Kershaw has had to work a little bit this inning.
Not an easy guy to steal off of, and Yasmani Grandal has a cannon for an arm. He's not easy to steal off of either.
So a full count, and now Hernandez will get a jump.
Vince just wants to hit this inning.
Hernandez will go. As he rolls it foul.
Our ball dude making a play. Darryl Gall, that a bit. Or I'm sorry, it's George Zarzana. Darryl's over at first base.
Never trust a guy with 2 Z's in his last name.
George, we're just kidding.
3-2. Hernandez will go. And he walked him. Well, Hunter Pence does not have good numbers against Kershaw, but this will be a spirited at bat. I can guarantee you that. Pence is struck out and he's popped out. With Angel Pagan on deck. Kershaw to Pence. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Cuts him right at the knees, inside corner. Perfect location with that fastball. Don't really establish the inside corner until you do it with a strike. So trying to throw a changeup off of the fastball. And we've seen him throw that changeup about 4 times today, which is a load. Half of those have been thrown to Pence.
One ball and 1 strike. On the ground to third. Turner across the diamond. Got him. And that'll end the inning. We'll head to the 7th. It remains 1-0 Giants. Game summary is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. So a couple of lefties today that have been dazzling. Kershaw has allowed 1 run on the home run by Pagan, and Ty Blach has allowed a couple of hits, and he's thrown 76 pitches.
Yeah, he's matched Kershaw.
So he's got the beef this inning. He's got Seager, Puig, and Gonzalez. And the first pitch to Seager is hit on the ground to Belt. 1 out.
Another 1 pitch out. He's had a lot of them. Well, to honor Vin Scully's legendary career, CSN Bay Area will air his call of the 3rd inning of tomorrow's regular season finale between the Giants and the Dodgers. Vin has announced Dodgers games for 67 seasons. That's over 9,000 broadcasts. So tune in to CSN Bay Area tomorrow and hear Vin's final call. The legendary Vin Scully.
Puig takes a strike. Puig is 1 for 2. Singled between Beckham and Crawford with 2 outs in the 4th.
A changeup, and boy, the thing that he's done so well with that changeup is locate down and away. It just has not only thrown a great off-speed pitch coming off the fastball, but he's located so beautifully.
Got him.
Cuts a fastball outside corner, and you couldn't run it up there and put it in a better place. And strikeout number 5. And Puig sent packing. Fastball right to the glove, and Danley goes with it. He's got Kerwin Danley, the plate umpire, looking for strikes right now. Bang, see ya.
So here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez has had the best at bats against Ty Blach, a single, and then he hit a ball to the warning track that Yorkis Hernandez tracked down.
Pretty much right where Posey wanted that slider. It's great to watch Posey because right now he's cheering him on. He will get his pitcher's focus to the glove, to the location, to the pitch he's calling. So they get the quick strike one. Now they go to two corners with a couple pitches, and Gonzalez, who has a good eye, lays off. Now this 2-1 pitch becomes a big one.
Last pitch was in. Oh, 3-1.
Next pitch, number 85.
Hit on the ground out to Panic. Panic from the grass. Side retired. Pagan will lead things off.
Back here at AT&T Park, Giants leading 1-0 as we're going into the bottom of the 7th inning. And Vin Scully, during the 7th inning stretch, got up. He sang every word to take me out to the ball game, and you can see the love that is given to this man by both Dodger fans and Giants fans.
Yeah, you had a visitor today. And that was Willie Mays. Boy, I think those two could tell some stories. And I think they did for, well, it was in there for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
And they've been great friends for a long time.
And I do believe Vin Scully has always said he's the best player he's ever seen. Pagan takes a strike. Won't make it 0-2. Pagan's home run is the difference in the game. And he shoots one to right, and he's got a hit. He's got a little bit of ownage, if you can believe it, on Kershaw.
Well, he beats him in an 0-2 count, and as soon as the ball goes over the head of Utley and into right field, Kershaw turned around and started walking off the mound, shaking his head. It's just a mistake, and he hasn't made many out over the plate at the belt. But to Pagan's credit, he doesn't try and pull it. He goes to right the way you should, and he winds up with the reward, a base hit and a leadoff base hit.
So here's Crawford. Crawford is rolled out twice. Once to short, once to Gonzalez at first. Pagan goes, it's a hit and run, and Kershaw knocks it down with his rear end, and Turner throws it away, and Pagan is going to score. Crawford headed to third. It's 2-0.
Ball hit right back up the middle. It caroms off of the inside of the right leg of Kershaw over to Turner. And Crawford gets out of the box quickly, thinking he's going to have to leg out an infield hit. The hurried throw from Turner goes wide of Gonzalez. And once it gets past Gonzalez, for Pagan, it was off to the races. And I mean from a flat foot start at second. An easy stand up.
Infield in for Beckham, and he hits a high fly ball to deep center field. Crawford is going to tag, and it's 3-0 Giants.
Nice job, Gordon Beckham. Looking for that first pitch challenge to do something with. Gets it in the air. Great situational at bat.
So here's Joe Panik. Joe Panik will hit with 1 out and 2 in, with Ty Block on deck. And Panik fouls it back and out of play. Couple of ground balls for Joe Panik. And it's low. The 1-1 to Panik. And it's high. 2 balls and 1 strike.
See the energy in that dugout. See all hands on deck attitude.
On the ground to Turner at third on 1 hop. Turner will make the play. 2 outs. And here's the guy that is capturing the moment right now, and that's Ty Block. Block got a base hit in the 6th inning. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. This was the base hit.
A little cut fastball middle in. Yeah, that's a good swing. This is not going to be the last hit he gets at the big league level.
The authenticator getting into the act. I have to look at my ball. I don't think the authenticator got involved in my first hit.
He wasn't even born yet.
And a bouncing ball, and Utley can't get it. And Ty Block's got another hit.
It is Ty Block day here at AT&T Park.
Utley overdove.
Another good at bat the other way. I mean, he lets that ball travel and gets it him deep. He just inside outs it. And Utley overdove it. Good call.
So here's Hernandez. And Hernandez hits a high fly ball to Puig and right. And this is going to end the inning. Giants add 2. And helping was an error that went down the right field line. It's 3-0 Giants. Here's our McDonald's True Stories. On October 1st, 2014, it was the wild card game in Pittsburgh. At the plate, Brandon Crawford with Dave Fleming.
Set, he pitches, and Crawford hits a high fly ball right field. Snyder going back. He's looking up. It's gone! Brandon Crawford has launched a grand slam over that 21-foot high wall, and the Giants have taken a 4-0 lead and totally silenced this crowd in Pittsburgh.
That's right, off of Edison Volquez, and the crowd went very silent. Is Yasmani Grandal stands in. Dave made the call. Good call by Dave Fleming. I just don't think it's fair that Dave got to make some of these great calls since he's been here when he didn't have to work at Candlestick.
How did he miss Candlestick? Well, he was just too young.
Yeah. And John came here in '97. Life has been pretty good since then.
Think about all those games that John broadcast at Candlestick when he was a kid in the upper deck.
Yeah, didn't get paid for it. There's a high strike. It's 2-2.
Randall not happy about that call. Plenty of activity in both bullpens. See Will Smith, Hunter Strickland in the Giants pen, and Kenley Jansen over in the Dodgers pen.
Out of play. 90 pitches for Ty Blach. On the ground towards the hole. Crawford has it. He will set and throw. 1 out.
Well, the most popular way to follow the Giants postseason push is with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at bat on your favorite devices now.
So here's Jock Peterson.
The Dodgers have not been able to get the leadoff hitter on base against block all day.
Yeah, it's made a difference. Peterson is hit into a double play and he's popped out to Beckham. He's going to flip it into right and he's got a hit. So a 1-out single for Utley. Utley has struck out and he's rolled out to second. First base runner for the Dodgers since Puig singled in the fourth. Mets won today. Cardinals won today. So here's Utley. And it's a bit high to Utley. 1 ball and no strikes. And with the Mets win, they clinched the top spot in the wild card race. So now it's down to the Cardinals and the Giants for spot number 2. Utley cues one off the end of the bat to Beckham. Beckham goes to panic for 1. And the idea there is make sure you get 1. And a nice play by Joe Panik.
Well, he really helped out Beckham because that was a hurried throw. It was down. Remember now, Panik's momentum's going to the bag. Now he's got to hit the bag and come back down low to an ankle high throw. So that's a great play. They get the out, but just not enough balance to be able to get a throw with any mustard on it. As Utley runs too quick. But to get the first out, I mean, that's the key. Nice play, Panik.
Here's Kike Hernandez with 2 outs and a runner at first. And that's Utley. And it's wide, 1-0.
"95 pitches on the day for Ty Blach. And he has really minimized the throws after the 4th inning.
So 2 pitches close. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. So in a pop-up out of play.
It looked like Hernandez is up there thinking right field. That's something I'm sure has been the general conversation in the Dodger dugout as to how to go after this kid. And there just haven't been that many really good approaches to that side of the field, especially from the right side.
Two and two.
It's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball back in.
Timeout is called. Locke was the only one at the last second that didn't realize it. Buster starts to come out. Got him.
How about that?
We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-0.
Telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
3-0 lead for the Giants. New pitcher for the Dodgers when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Kenley Jansen, the new pitcher now for the Dodgers, their closer. 47 saves on the year. Another outstanding season. 102 strikeouts and 67 2/3.
Facing Belt. And Belt. I'm having a hard time figuring out what I just saw, because did he foul that off his foot?
He did. Kind of a check swing. He fouled right into his foot. And the fastball has cut movement. I mean, that's the number one pitch, the cutter from Jansen. It's a mid-90s cut, and it hits him right off of the left shin. So it's such an odd thing to hit your back leg or foot. And Belt manages to do it.
If it's something odd at the plate, it's either going to be Belt or Hunter Pence.
Baby giraffe. Yeah, Belt got the nickname Baby Giraffe because at times he would look awkward. Well, hey, that was an awkward moment.
High to Belt. It's 1-2. How about that kid? It's one of the best performances I've ever seen by someone who has no experience.
3 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 99 pitches, no runs allowed through 8 innings. That's Ty Block's second big league start.
And it's not a game in April.
No, it's a must win against a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. And oh, by the way, he got 2 hits off Kershaw as well. And I can tell you right now, Jake Peavy is telling Ty Block that he's the greatest guy that ever played the game.
He just invited Ty to his house all winter. There it's high to Belt. Hey, we're going to have fun on my ranch.
Second pitcher to ever record 2 hits in a game against Kershaw. Craig Stammen of the Nationals, the first guy to do it in 2010. So Ty Block stays special in a lot of ways. And it will not be forgotten. Not by Giants fans.
Belt fouls it back. Jansen to Belt. And Belt takes the walk. He hadn't had one today, so he was due.
Ty Block, when he was told that his day was over, look at the reaction and the high-fiving and congratulations he receives in his dugout on a day that this kid will never forget. He was spectacular. And that one right there, that's the one that means the most. When your skipper comes over and gives you a handshake and a hug.
That's a tough crowd down there.
They're tough to impress. And that just impressed him.
Here's Buster Posey. He's 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Tight. Buster usually does pretty good things against the other team's closer. Give you some numbers here in a second. Buster 7 for 16 lifetime against Jansen.
And he's had a lot of those hits to the right side of second base. His swing, the inside out approach is the best weapon against the cut.
Pops this one up. And Puig at the last second made an adjustment and put it away.
Well, tomorrow, join us for Game 3, the final game of the regular season, and it starts at noon. Pre-game live at 11:30. Remember, tomorrow, all the games across the country start at the same time. On the West Coast, they start at noon. So mark that down. Plus, you get pre- and post-game coverage. And Giants insider Alex Pavlovich right here at csnbayarea.com.
Here's Pence.
Kenta Maeda, Matt Moore tomorrow. Promises to be another barn burner.
Pence taking all the way. Pence 6 for 14 with a double. His numbers against Kenley Jansen. And Pagan on deck is 2 for 9. So a quick 0-2 to Hunter Pence. Pence lines one right field, base hit. Jensen got that ball up, and Hunter Pence spanked it into right. And here's one of the stars today, and that's Angel Pagan. Coming up. So Pagan is homered and he's single. He scored 2 runs. Pagan shows bunt. This was the home run. And look at how far back this went into the seats.
Hit the top of the fence and bounced over.
Well, I'm counting the bounce.
It used every inch it possibly could. And it needed it to take the one hop and bounce out of here.
2 balls and no strikes. Belt at second, Pence at first, 1 out. Jansen
thought he had a strike. He's taking a long stare at Kerwin Danley, the plate umpire.
To Pagan, who steps out. And the pitch and a strike.
Pagan taken all the way. One strength he's always had. I mean, he can be patient. He'll make a pitcher work, and he's not afraid of 2 strikes.
To Pagan. And the walk.
Well, that's significant because now you get the runner at third base with less than 2 outs.
Well, this is a tune-up for Kenley Jansen.
And the last thing Dave Roberts wanted to see is Jansen have a rough inning.
Yeah, absolutely. see what Crawford has done against Jansen. 1 for 10 with 4 strikeouts. So Crawford today has a hit. Get a ball off of Kershaw.
Fly ball situation for Crawford here.
And a strike, and it's 0-1. I was about to say Crawford will jump on that first pitch. He didn't that time. Your base runners are Belt, Pence, and Pagan.
Straight 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And when you're expecting cut, straight fastballs is like another pitch. And at that velocity, I mean, you've got to react quickly.
Crawford now choking up just a little bit on the bat. And he got him. So Beckham's going to hit. Beckham had a sacrifice fly. Nice at bat in the 7th.
1 for 3 lifetime against Jansen. Not a lot of at bats, but at least he knows what the fastball movement does.
So Jansen taking his time. Now he's ready. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes. He's probably dropped what over the years? Jansen dropped 3 or 4 miles per hour off his fastball.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw that many cuts, you're going to lose some velocity over time. But if you look at his strikeout totals this year, it doesn't give you any inclination that he's losing stuff.
There's a strike.
Jansen in 67 innings this year, or 68 innings this year. He's got 103 strikeouts.
He is a free agent after this season. One ball and 1 strike. Swing, I'm gonna miss. 1 and 2. Romo in the bullpen. One and 2. Beckham trying to put the ball in play. Check swing, foul that ran in on the hands of Beckham.
Well, that was a location mistake, and what Grandal wanted from Jansen was a high fastball across the San Francisco Giants. And instead, what he got was a fist bomb that hits him about 6 inches above the thumbs.
One and 2. And that'll end the inning. Giants an opportunity here in the 8th to add on. Now we'll go to the 9th. Top of the order for the Dodgers.
All right, time now for our play of the game. It's brought to you by Honda. No brainer today. Ty Blach was absolutely sensational. 8 3-hit shutout innings. He moved the ball in, he moved it out, he moved it down, he moved it north and south. He did exactly what he wanted to do it, and in the end he had 6 strikeouts. And oh, by the way, he also added 2 hits. He is our play of the game, brought to you by Honda. Ty Blach.
Josh Reddick is going to pinch hit, facing Sergio Romo here in the 9th. And Reddick's going to look at a strike when it's time for a change. Think Speedy, oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
It is a save opportunity for Romo. He's got 3 on the year and 3 opportunities.
Reddick hits one off the end of the bat. Panic on the bounce. Got him! Reddick retired, 1 down in the 9th.
And that was anything but easy. Number one, I didn't know if he could get to it. Then when he was going so hard to his right, how is he going to get enough on the throw? And this is how he does it. A one-hopper right to Belt. And Belt with the boarding house reach gobbles it in. And a very big first out.
Sometimes, if you're confident enough, you can flip it to that shortstop. So here's Turner. And Turner with a swing and a miss.
Over the top of a 2-seam fastball. Romo will 4 and 2-seam the fastball. He's got the slider and a changeup, and he swears he has a curveball, but we've only seen it once. No matter.
Line drive foul. It's 0-2. Up the middle. Crawford's got to hurry. 2 down in the 9th.
Not a problem. Giants had played Crawford to pull. And Crawford had to come wide to his left and in on the slow hit ground ball. And in the end, the Gold Glover made it look easy.
So here's Seager. Seager with a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Romo to Seager. Swing and a miss. 0-2. All standing. 41,320. On the ground, foul. So Seager stays alive.
Romo, the guts of a cat burglar. Standing in another save situation that means so much to this Giants team.
1-2. Andre Ethier is on deck, and he would hit. if Seager reaches. Got him. And that's the ball game. Pagan and that guy right there. Here's the way the wild card stands now. The Cardinals still a game back. At worst for the Giants, they'll play game 163 on Monday. That's at worst.
That's at worst.
A win tomorrow and they can take care of business themselves.
And today the story was all Ty Blach, that kid right there who took down Kershaw. 3-hit shutout baseball through 8 innings with 6 strikeouts and a couple of knocks just for exclamation points. And what a time to have the game of your life.
Ty Blach. For one night he'll be called Cy Blach. One night, just one. Final score, Giants 3, Dodgers nothing. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews and the wrap starts right now.